All right, ladies and gents, Johnny Starr here. We've got Corey. How do you pronounce it? Bateson?
It's Batson.
Batson.
And we've just come up with the name already for the podcast, just then.
Okay, we've just named this podcast, which is?
The CB Fitness Podcast. That's what we're running with.
Which is our initial. So CB, Corey, Batson, Fitness Podcast.
That's it.
Fantastic.
We're just going to run with it. Look, don't know how many shows I'm going to do, but...
I've got to give it a go.
Yeah.
So quickly, guys, Corey and myself became friends. My name's Johnny from Melbourne. My alias is Johnny Starr, but my real name's John Gorman. Corey was a client of my friend Jarvis's, and he actually said, this kid's actually real popular. And I think he told you to buy some of my clothes.
Yeah, that's how it started.
And then I saw your physique. I'm like, fuck, this guy could be a good little future influencer. And then we sort of became friends from there.
I mean, that's where it started. I was on the job site, and the phone starts ringing, and you've got your contact set up where it says John Starr. And Johnny Starr's ringing me. And I'll pick up the phone and you're like, hey, how's it going, mate? And we ended up talking for probably the whole lunch break, so it must have been good 30, 40 minutes.
Is this after you bought something from me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Which you obviously always do or sometimes do or whatever.
Not always, though.
Or sometimes. Sorry to the people that don't.
If the person looks good, I'll call them.
But we ended up talking for probably 30, 40 minutes and it was pretty eye-opening, really, where you were just like, you need to put yourself out there. You need to put yourself out on social media and things like that. And I was already running my business and getting great results for everyone, which is, what I'm here to do. But it was more that side of it where I wasn't showing everyone. You know what I mean? It was all, I'd post a photo, but I never spoke to a camera and really showed a lot of my knowledge. So that's where it started. It started from Johnny, really.
Exactly right. And we'll touch into that later, how we moulded you to where you are now. And you're still in infant stages, but you've progressed extremely fast. You've got more clients than most coaches I know in a very short amount of time. And you're getting more and more because I've been in the fitness industry for a while, and I know what works. And sometimes people, especially young people, they just need encouragement and someone to believe in them. And because you're young, you're very easily influenced by someone who's a bit older who's been there. And I knew I could mould you really quickly.
Yeah.
Plus, you had a good physique. And if you've got a good physique, you can probably do most things. And I thought this would be easy, but you just went full steam ahead.
Yeah.
And I'm really impressed with what you're doing, which is why I wanted you on the Never Home team.
Yeah.
But do you want to tell me, so we've got a few notes here for the podcast. For those, do you want to tell everyone a little bit more about yourself who haven't seen you or might see the podcast through my channel, because I'll promote this.
Yeah.
So where'd you grow up? What's your current age now? And then what got you into fitness?
Yeah, so I guess it's an interesting question. I never thought that someone would be asking me these sorts of questions, but I'm 24 years old. I'm from Berwick, Melbourne, and my fitness journey has always been around. So I played footy back in the day, and I was never the best, although my dad would probably say that I was the best, but I never really was. But I tried really hard.
Yeah.
So I was always going for runs. I was trying really hard, and I became a decent runner.
Yeah.
I was doing push-ups, sit-ups.
Is that running long distance or sprinting?
Long distance, just for footy. I was like, I didn't practice actually kicking the footy enough, but, I was always...
Good runner.
Yeah, trying to run. Doing the push-ups, had the chin-up bar above my door. I don't know if you remember those things where...
Never had that. No, but I've seen it. I've seen it. Tommy's still got it. He's doing chin-ups on his door.
Yeah, I had one of those. So that's where it really started early on. Then, probably about 18, I hurt my shoulder. So my shoulder became a bit of a problem, and I made the decision to quit footy eventually. And that's where sort of the fitness side of things came in. And I was training, but I wasn't training a crazy amount. And then obviously just before COVID hit, to be honest with you, I lost my best mate. So when I lost my best mate, it was about 2 months before lockdown. Now that was a weird time for me where I was like, I lost my best mate. That's
before lockdown.
Yeah. And we were pretty much neighbours, like we lived next to each other. I did everything with him. So then when we went into lockdown, it was like I was locked down and, I had, relationships with people that I probably shouldn't have been hanging around with. And then coming out of that and out of those sorts of relationships and people that I was hanging around with, I dived deep into nutrition, training, and from there, literally 8 to 12 weeks of getting my nutrition absolutely on point and getting a coach, Jarvis.
Yeah. How'd you find Jarvis?
Oh, great. Yeah.
But how did you find him in the first place?
To be honest, probably just through Instagram. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, once I got my nutrition on point, my training on point, all of a sudden I've spoken about this before, but I had so much control over my mental state. It's like there's something to be said about gut health and having your nutrition on point and your mental health. So I've noticed ever since that day, I have complete control over my mental state and my energy throughout the day. Like my energy better than ever. And if my energy isn't better than ever, I know why. I might be in a cutting phase. I might have carbohydrates really low. But at least I know why. You know what I mean? A lot of people are walking around, oh, I got no energy. Oh, I feel depressed. Well, what did you eat? How much sleep did you get last night? You know, have you been training? Have you been getting sunlight? And it's like, if you control those variables that you can control, you just feel a lot better and you got more control over your whole life.
So footy, quit footy, got into fitness, got a coach, best mate passed away. Sorry about that. It's tough. It's happened to me recently too.
There you go.
And then you delved into the fitness stuff. Was that bodybuilding or just lifestyle and general health and well-being?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like what was your main focus?
Yeah, so that's a good question because realistically now, even still, I don't consider myself much of a bodybuilder. And I guess I'm not. You know, I do men's physique and it's up for argument, but I just genuinely enjoy the process of getting to stage. So, even when it started out, it was just a lifestyle change. But I've always loved the aesthetics. I've loved, obviously, the Ziz and things like that. So I like the aesthetics of it too. But I do like the way it makes me feel.
Was it for girls at some stage?
Probably, I reckon. Yeah. Girls' attention, maybe. But I mean, not many people would probably admit that. But yeah, there's probably obviously a lot of benefits to that, getting in shape. And I think most men should be in shape. I mean, you know, it'd be a damn shame not to be.
Well, if you got two guys, one's in shape, one's not in shape, and they both got the same bank account, I think the guy in shape's probably going to get more roots. Like it's just most likely. Unless the girl's really insecure and she wants to be with that not in shape guy because it makes her feel better. Yeah. In shape trumps every time. Yeah,
and I agree. Even if I meet someone and they're in great shape, I automatically, instinctively, probably respect them more because I know the work that goes into that. So, yeah.
Did you see me yesterday when I got a massage? Took my pants off. Should have seen the fucking reactions.
Yeah. That was
I'll send you the photos. Crazy.
Yeah. The legs are looking good.
The legs are good. The legs are good. I work hard for them. Yeah. But there's something about being in shape. So you wanted to get in shape and you learnt the nutrition. Yeah. So what was your career? How were you making money at that time?
So, at the time I was working for my brother. I was doing carpentry. I was just doing framing, which I didn't mind. I don't mind framing at all. I like hard work. And I still was able to train every single day, eat all my meals. My brother was good like that. He'd let me...
Is he older or younger?
He's 3 years older. Yep. And he would let me stop and eat my chicken and rice and things like that. So I was getting my proteins in every couple of hours, which was good. But then from there, I just dived deep. Like, people probably wouldn't understand how much I have dived into learning about nutrition, training for hypertrophy, everything. Like, I've spent hours and hours and hours studying. That's why I wasn't ever pushing content, because at night, all I did was study. If I wasn't training, I was studying nutrition. I was learning off people above me and just picking everyone's brains and learning. And that's why now you can kind of see the results that it's getting within CB Fitness, where everyone's results have been massive. I've had people lose over 30 kilos and things like that, and they've done it with quite ease. They've said that too. I can't believe how sort of easy it is. And what I say is, it's pretty eye-opening really, isn't it? Because it doesn't take, it takes a lot. You just got to have the right plan, is my point.
And stick to the plan, to adherence,
Yeah, that's right. Because you see so many people, they're like, you need to take action. But so many people actually are taking action, but they're just going around in circles because they don't have all these things on point. You want to be on a direct route. You want to be on a direct path, which is exactly what I've studied, and that's what I provide now.
So you got obsessed with it. I was the same. I remember in high school, because I'm 10 years older than you, so it's different. But in high school, I was buying creatine off eBay, and I was finding out about leucine, L-glutamine, all the branched chain aminos. Yeah. And spending my Macca's money on protein. All my friends would come over after school. I'd have a bench press. I bought a bench press for year 12. I was in year 7 or 8. Spent $100 on it. With inflation, that's like $1 million now.
Yeah, that would have hurt the bank account back then.
So I was bench pressing in the garage, incline and flat. That built my chest. And my mate to come over, we have protein checks. I was obsessed. I could fully relate to the obsession.
Yeah.
And I see the kids now in the gyms. They're exactly the same. Nothing changes. Young boys, there's nothing more than I wanted was to look good. And with my top off, I just was obsessed.
Yeah.
And then learning the nutrition as well, I can relate to.
Yeah.
Actually learning about, I don't think I learnt it as well as you did at a young age, but I was, how old are you, 24? Yeah, probably around the same. Yeah. That's when I was traveling the world doing expos.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, nutrition's huge. I'm telling you, that is the number one thing that changed my life. Once that was on point, everything just fell into place. And that's exactly what I want to provide for every single one of my clients. And I get messages all the time from all my clients. They're like, I can't believe it. Like, you've changed my life completely. I've seen a lot of coaches, they'll give very vague plans, which I've felt is the difference that I'm able to provide.
So can I touch on that?
Yeah.
Just for nutrition as well. That was me at 4:20 today. I just loaded up on fresh fruit and veg.
Yeah, there you go.
I haven't seen anyone take the nutrition to my level with the micronutrients. I'm obsessed with it. But I have a sponsorship with a fresh fruit and veg shop, so I get that for free anytime I want to promote them, which is a big win. It encourages me. Now with the meal plans and your clients, so some coaches don't do meal plans.
Yeah.
They just do macros.
Yeah, and I think that's...
Why do you do meal plans?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question.
Let's say you're going to start coaching Tommy now.
Yeah.
Would you know how to count macros, Tommy? You would know.
My fitness pal?
Yeah, so Tommy knows.
Yeah.
But for the person who's just come into it, I think counting macros can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
I want this much protein, this much carbs, this much fat, over 4 to 5 meals a day. How to work that out?
Yeah. And that's exactly right. And that's where the whole system that I've built now is everything is laid out. People will change their meals every single week. So I've recently just released a recipe ebook. Now, what I've told them is I can't always make your meals work that you want to work, but the ebook gives them the choice. So they'll go through, they'll be like, I want the chicken wrap.
Can I get a copy of that? I want to buy it off you.
I'll have to send it to you.
I want to get a copy of it, yeah.
But the point is, I've seen coaches, they charge, to be honest, they charge a lot more than me. Some of them double me. And what they're giving their clients is not getting them the result. And it's for one reason. Eat 2,600 calories, this much protein, this much carbs. And they don't even give them a guide on how much micronutrients they should take. When are they eating their carbohydrates? Are they eating too many carbohydrates in the morning? Maybe they are ticking those boxes, but what you want to time the carbohydrates. You want to make sure they're hitting micronutrients and things like that. So when people come to me, it's just all in black and white. If you follow this, you've got your breakfast, you've got your lunch, your dinner, your pre-workout meal. Make sure that pre-workout meal is eaten at a certain time. Make sure your dinner's eaten at a certain time. And it's all laid out perfect. And I say to them, if you follow this, I promise you it will change your life. And people find that out within the first 6 weeks. And they're like, wow, I just had a guy, he's been with me for 4 weeks. He's lost 8 kilos. He looks completely different.
Wow.
That was ridiculous. Jake, he's absolutely killing it. And it's just all in black and white. And that is word for word what I said to him. I said, if you follow this to a T, just follow it to a T for 4 or 5 weeks. And I promise you, it'll be the most eye-opening thing you ever do. And
the food tastes good?
Yeah, I mean, great reviews. I mean, I'll have to give you the recipe ebook, but I've actually got more coming out now. The 2.0 is coming out, so got a whole bunch of new meals. They taste grouse. Grouse.
On that as well, I'm going to jump in.
Yep.
I can get very lean, and it is hard, but all the food I eat when I get lean tastes really good. There's not one meal where I'm like, this doesn't taste fantastic. Because I spent time like you researching it and, having more high volume, low calorie foods, or having a Ninja Creamy or whatever it is, if I'm adding a lot of mushrooms or spinach to my meals. That is what changes your life for me. Having yummy meals all the time. I spend probably more time than most people preparing food, but it shows, like, even in my skin, how calm I am sometimes, because I'm eating really well all the time and I don't stress about food. So I'm now, before I left for this podcast, I had a bit of time to kill. So I cut up all those potatoes, I steamed them, and then I air fried another lot of potatoes to change the glycemic index so I could have them pre and post training. And I've cooked all my meats last night. So all I've got to do when I get home is cook the veggies. I'll prep 14 meals and I'm set for at least 3.5 more days.
Yeah.
But that is one thing that I think if more people spend time actually making an effort with their food, I'll never eat anything that's really bad. I just can't bring myself to do it. Because I don't want to eat 6 Skittles and then have to, or whatever it is, a bit of chocolate. I'd rather replace that with something else.
What is your go-to dinner when you go out? So you're going out for dinner with the missus or something like that. What kind of food are you leaning towards?
So my go-to dinner would usually be some type of steak, and some potatoes. That'll be it.
That's the exact same as me. That's
or a lot of places have barramundi.
Or that too.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I like to go for the steak, obviously. And actually, this is a good topic because it is a very common question that I get asked. I'm going out for my friend's birthday. What do I do? Well, to me, it's quite simple. I mean, for me, I'm eating a lot of chicken during the day. I'm sure you are too. We eat a lot of chicken. It's like, I'm going out for dinner. I'm going to go the steak because some Parmas are deep fried. You don't know what you're going to get there. So
never touch a Parma.
Yeah, you get the steak and then, to be honest, you can get mashed potato or you just get veggies and you're fine then. That's sweet. You're socialised and you stay on track. That's fine to me.
I used to be so obsessed. I go to Chappelle's, 2 a.m, have a big night out. I get a chicken salad avocado and the chicken was seared, but I get paper towels and I pat down all the oil in the chicken and then I'd eat it because I didn't want those extra calories. That's how obsessed I was because I wanted to be lean all the time. You can get too obsessed with it as well, though.
I agree.
And you can have like almost... I probably had body dysmorphia, I definitely would have.
Yeah.
But I always enjoyed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which actually, does bring me sort of to the next point where post-comp, I'm having that same thing where I
was going to ask you now.
Yeah. I am counting... ridiculous, and sort of my brother's looking at me too. He's like calm down, bro.
What are you counting?
Just say we're going to get Uber Eats. I'm going to have one off-track meal for the week.
Yeah.
I am researching every single macro and everything a little bit too much, and I had to pull myself up on it.
I've never bought Uber Eats. I don't even know how to do it.
There you go.
I don't even know how it works. I don't know. I have no idea.
But Nando's classic wrap, bro.
It's too expensive.
It is expensive.
Hey, so you just competed, right? Well done.
Yeah.
You did pretty well.
Yeah, I was pretty happy. I was the youngest on stage, so I wasn't expecting much, honestly. And that probably, there was a point when I was about a week out when I had a breakdown, which anyone that has competed is probably, if you were lean enough, you probably had a mental breakdown. And I had mine. I was probably 9 weeks out. And it was just the fact that I didn't know why I was doing it. Like
the comp?
Yeah. I felt like maybe I was doing it for someone else. I was taking a lot of videos and stuff. And it kind of came down to, I was sitting there and I'm like, I'm not even going to win. Like I knew in my head, I was like, I'm not even going to place. I missed out on doing juniors. There's no way that I'm going to be getting a medal. So what am I doing? Who am I doing this for? I feel terrible, and things like that. So when, I was with my mum and I was broke down, and then for some reason it just clicked, and I just realized, like, I do love this I love pushing myself. I don't want to be average. I want to be above average. That's my why. And it just drove me, and I dug deep. I trained harder. I did more steps than ever. Did more steps than I was programmed to do, to be honest. I smashed cardio harder because for some reason I found my why, and that was why. I just didn't want to be average. So yes, I still had that mentality, you're not going to be top 3, which I ended up getting 3rd. So it
That's
worked
fantastic.
out. Yeah, it did work out.
This was just at the weekend we saw you at the expo.
But yeah, I guess the point was, getting a medal wasn't my driving factor. It was just I wanted to produce a physique that was not average. That's what I wanted to do, and that was my why. And I love that. I love to say that, I built that physique, and it's not an average physique. So
you've come very far. Maybe we can put some inserts in later of how far you've come in a couple of years. You've only been training weights for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, to be honest, we're probably taking having my nutrition on point. 2 years, something like that.
You make some rapid changes.
Yeah, and I've stuck to it pretty heavily. So
I was fat 3 years ago. Now I reckon I've got, probably the best physique in the country. I don't know anyone that looks better than me.
No, I agree. It's pretty good. You're pretty...
Honestly, I'm always in shape.
Yeah, year round.
Yeah.
Which...
Balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest, but I'm not trying to be.
Always lean. Always.
Yeah.
And how has your growth phases been? Have you gone into a surplus in the last sort of year, or?
I'm happy with my size.
Yeah.
I don't want to get bigger. I've got my dream body. There's nothing else to do. Just maintain it.
It's very rare that you hear that.
Yeah. I look in the mirror and go, fuck, I'm a machine. Yeah. Very happy. And I'm always going to get a little bit better. But I'm at a stage now where I'm 35 next week. Like, you can't, mate. I'm not going to look better at 40.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
It's very rare that you hear that. It's kind of actually good to hear, to be honest.
I know, like, I'll just milk it while I can, and then I'll hand over the baton to you young guys to build the brand.
Yeah.
My time's nearly done. I've got maybe 5-6 years before I pop out a few kids, and then I'll focus on the family. You know, I don't want to be shredded 24/7 and taking my time away from my family and kids. I'll still be in shape, but I don't have to be 8% body fat year round.
Yeah.
You guys can do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I went on that tangent there. I don't even know where
No, it's good.
But so you did your comp, you found your why, you had a bit of a breakdown, which is normal.
Yeah.
That happens. I told you to push a bit through. I said to you a few times, bro, like, this is nothing. Keep going. Like, we got big things to do. Do you want to talk about, maybe it's a touchy subject, but do you want to talk about how when I met you, I gave you a big push to, I said, you can really do some good things here.
Yeah.
And maybe tell people what I said to you and the advice, and you actually took it. Because I gave you, we actually become very good friends.
Yeah.
Didn't know him from a bar of soap. I got not much time for many people, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I had a soft spot for you, actually, because Jarvis said really good things about you. Yeah. And I thought, I reckon this guy's got enough in him to get out there. You'd be messaging me every day, hey, should I post this? Should I post that? What do you think of this?
It's true.
Remember?
Yeah, so realistically, it did start from that first call, and we just clicked. It was a call that was probably, Johnny probably expected to go for 5 minutes or something like that, but then it just kept going from there. So, it really pushed me to put myself out there. And I tell anyone that is sort of thinking about posting content, or they've got something that they can share with the world, just do it. Like, I wouldn't worry about what people think. There's probably people that talk behind my back and things like that, but you got to not worry about that. Especially what other people think, because chances are they want to do what you're doing. So it's usually a jealousy thing. But I kind of like the way that my business played out, where I wasn't posting content first and then getting results. I was getting results for people, posting, and then started sort of posting from there. So the results were speaking for themselves.
So I met Corey a while ago here. I got you on the Chemist Warehouse ad early. And then I said, Corey, because Tommy's the one who told me to get the cameras. So all the cameras I have is because of Tommy.
There you go.
The Tamron, the A7 III, Tommy taught me this.
Yeah.
I didn't look at one other camera. I just got what he said. You know why? Because he's shooting for the Amazing Race. Why the fuck would I even question anyone else?
Yeah.
So a couple of guys, I said, get this camera, but you skimped out. And I said, go get this camera and this lens, remember? But this is from when we started talking back in Feb. There's hundreds and hundreds of messages. Then I said, Corey, hope you don't mind I say this. I said, bro, get a fucking camera, and if you're scared, film it and send it to me and I'll review it. And you started doing that, remember? Hey, Johnny, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? Should I post this one? Should I post this photo? But you started doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's perfect. And then you got confidence and you started to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And then he just started making his own reels and own content that started blowing up.
Yeah. And I say this
And it's very good content you make.
Yeah.
Very relatable, very easy to watch, and anyone it's not intimidating.
Yeah. I'm just, to be honest, I'm not trying to get a video to blow up or anything. I'm posting
quality.
Yeah, it's honestly just frequently asked questions from my clients, because if one of my clients is going through something, then the chances are there's 100 other people going through the same problem. So I like to speak on those things, and it seems to help a lot of people. But sort of where the area I'm from, I'm sort of from southeast Melbourne, the kind of culture around there is anyone that's posting those sorts of things, we get judged very, very harshly. I'm sure it's the same with all around the world, maybe, but definitely from my area, no one's posting content. No one even wants to post a photo of their rig, even if they're in shape and things like that, especially for guys.
Really?
It's very kind of one of those
things.
That's all I
do.
Yeah. So, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that want to put themselves out there. So that's why I do stress that, is put yourself out there. If you've got something to give it, you know. It'd be a damn shame to not. That's my opinion.
Now's the time. If you don't, we spoke about this on Anything But Macros podcast the other day. If you don't make the effort now, you're missing a massive opportunity. You know, I calculated how much stuff I get. I get $50,000 a year of free stuff. I calculated it.
Really?
Last night, over $50,000 a year. That's quite a lot of money. That's money I don't have to earn because I've built a following which I can resell. It's actually probably more because I get so much stuff, bro.
Yeah.
I don't pay for any gym memberships,
Yeah.
any coaching, any of my fresh fruit and veg, any of my skincare products. I train with Scotty 5 times a week. I should be paying him $200 a session. He's my training partner.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
maybe
mean?
even more.
It's probably more. So many things that I get given to me. Even when I shot the first podcast with you, you're like, I'll do it for free. You know, that's $800 worth or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I built that. If you get yourself out there, that's just a bonus. You know, that's just a bonus of being an influencer. And I'm like a D grade, like minor influencer. Like I'm really just a speck on the map in the fitness world. But if you can make an effort now, it's so much easier to actually get traction right now because not many people are doing it.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Got to get over that fear.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
And you've done that pretty quickly.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, the content side of things, it's still not my main focus. Like I said, what I've found is I'm just posting stuff that will help my clients. So now if my client has a problem, I can send them the video. So my goal is...
It's not to make... Yeah.
My goal is absolutely nothing to do with social media. My goal is I want to be the best coach in the world, really. That sounds crazy to people. Well, this guy wants to be the best coach in the world. It's like,
why not?
well,
You may as
why
well
not?
try.
You know, to me, I'm already well and truly on that path, and I am studying every single night, every single day. I'm studying every single client. I'm evaluating. I'm taking notes on how they're responding to certain things, and the trajectory that I'm on. That's my goal. I want to be the best coach. I want to be the best coach in Melbourne. I want to be the best coach in Australia. And
what is define best coach?
The best coach to me is results. That's what I believe. It's like
so you already are the best coach then, are you getting best results?
Well, yeah, I would argue that I am probably up there right now.
To say you're the best coach though.
So yeah,
is that because you're making the most money? I don't think so.
No.
Is it the happiness of your clients? Like, what's the definition of the best? See, with my clothing brand, what I want, my definition of the best is most revenue.
Yeah.
Most revenue.
And that makes sense. It's a product, you know.
It's a number.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to be the best coach, you're the best coach because you have the most amount of clients and you scaled it and you're making $1 million, $3 million a year. Maybe that's the best because the top real estate agents are the best, are the ones that make the most commission. Does it mean they're the best?
Yeah.
Maybe it does.
I think coaching is a different sort of route. I mean, I think the coaches that are making the most money have probably got the most followers, but then you look at the guys who are getting the best results. Like I forget the guy who coaches. I think his name's maybe Hammy. I forget his name, but he coaches Chris Bumstead and is it Hanny or Hammy?
Hanny Rambo?
Yeah, maybe. But say
he would be. I say he'd have the reputation of being the best bodybuilder coach.
Yeah, and I'm not. And straight up, he probably isn't making the most money.
No.
There's influencers with 10 million followers probably making more than him, and they've got all these coaches set up and AI and things. But to me, they're not the best coach. That's not my goal at all. I want the best results for people. I want to have an impact where people are feeling better. And that's what I'm already having that impact, but on a small scale, which is great. And everyone feels better, and they're the best messages that I get. It's pretty life-changing to pull out my phone and someone says, you changed my life.
If you can change more lives through your coaching, and make it the process easier for people, I think that would, and you'll feel like you're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would. If I was I coach people myself.
I actually didn't know that.
I call one of my clients now, all right, on the phone call. So I don't tell people what I coach people. Let's see if he answers.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, because I've always wanted to coach, but I just thought I'd coach people offline for a while, and I'll get a review, right? If he, this wasn't planned. See if he answers. I got him on some. Hey, quick one. I'm doing a podcast, and I'm talking about how I coach a couple of people. You're one of them. Can you give me a quick review? I'm going to put you on speaker. 1 second. Okay, how's the coaching been?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I can't speak more highly of yourself, mate. Just in terms of the I don't know, the way you kind of guided me when I started a year and a bit ago to where I am now. I don't know, just the little pieces of advice, general form, what to eat. Yeah, it's just been invaluable.
Yeah, you smashed it. Thanks, bro. You're looking good. You're looking better than me now. I'm a bit jealous. Chat to you soon. Thanks, bro.
Well, there you go. Johnny Starr's a coach. We didn't know that, so now your DMs are going to blow up.
I don't have time for coaching, but people ask me, and there's a few people I help. What I did as a coach as well, I thought what I can do is I want to make it as easy as possible, because you got to work on people's laziness. This guy's a real estate agent. He's one of my mates. He's an agent. I call auctions for him. He's a bit chubby.
Yeah.
He doesn't know macros.
Yeah.
He doesn't know nothing. How can I make this simple? So I did what you did, gave him a plan to follow. And but he actually stuck to the plan, and I motivated him. What you've done with your clients is, I've seen all your little stories you put up. Transformations are incredible.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. It really has. And a lot of these people, like I've grown up with, they're from the area and things like that. And I can't. Being surrounded by my clients too really rubs off on me, and hopefully, it goes back and forth where it's just a lot of positive vibes, a lot of goals set.
Positive vibes and goal setting.
Yeah, so many goals set, and I'm big on that. If you can just set a goal, I will put you on a direct route towards that goal. Like some people, they'll be like, oh yeah, my nutrition's pretty good. Like I eat chicken and rice, but nothing's weighed, nothing's tracked. It's like, that's great. Like that's awesome. But if you want a direct route towards your goal, then just jump on board, because the way I see it, these people are buying Uber Eats once a week anyway. That's like $50 just to get that delivered.
I couldn't justify $50.
I swear, I did it the other day.
Is that one meal?
Yeah, that was one meal. I didn't even get a side.
I can make a lot of meals for $50.
Yeah, and so you look at that in a coaching perspective, where it's like, that's the service that I want. That's why my price probably isn't as high as it should be. Is I look at that, these younger people. All right, yeah, if you invest this into yourself and then you go and meal prep everything, then you're going to save money. So you're saving money, you're on a direct route towards your goal, you feel better than ever, then that's the service I want to provide. That's who I want to be. That's the coach that I want to be.
That's gun.
And that's it.
That's absolute gun.
And we've got some girls competing. So I just had Bree Stockel. She competed.
Is it the one I saw?
She killed it.
Amazing.
She killed it. And then I've got another one.
Ask her to model some clothes for me for Neverhome.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she'll be happy to.
Yeah. If you've got any female chicks to wear it, that'd be great.
Yeah, I've got a few girls. They'll probably do it for you.
Thanks, legend.
But yeah, then I've got another one coming up, Kimberly. She's competing in, I think it's exactly 20 weeks away now. So she's just diving into her comp prep, and she's going to kill it.
Do they come to you wanting to compete, or do you say, hey, maybe you should compete? Like, what goes on there?
Yeah, both of them sort of already wanted to compete, to be honest. I definitely, as soon as they said it, I'm like, yeah, for sure. Like, I could see you competing. And if they couldn't compete, I would tell them. But both of them, I know for sure. And Bree got third. Absolutely killed it, and we've got one more comp coming up, and she's going to look even better than she did 3 weeks ago. So I'm really hoping for a goal.
This might be pushing the limits. Any of these girls trying to take you out for dinner, Corey?
No. We don't.
You can't.
You don't date the
You can't do
clients.
that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So you got a missus? I'm gonna sort of spit questions down and give a fuck.
No, missus. I haven't had a missus for a couple of years. Oh no, I had a missus last year. Sorry.
Did you?
Yeah.
You know what? I think when I was, how old are you? 24.
Yeah, 24.
Oh, if I wouldn't change anything, because I learned a lot of lessons, but I did waste some time over the years with relationships that I probably could have spent more time on myself and working.
100%.
My advice for guys or girls is pick your partner wisely. Maybe look at how they treat other people and their family, and their parents too. That's a really good indication. If they're not getting along with their mum and dad, they're probably not the right person you want to be with.
Yeah.
And how they treat the waiter or something like that.
I think a lot of people would relate to that. I mean, I've definitely been through probably relationships where they didn't really care about me as much as I cared about them. But everyone's sort of been there, you know what I mean? And it's a hard lesson to learn, you know. You care heaps, and then you realise that they don't really care at all. And you do invest a lot of time into it. I would probably never have put the effort that I put into my fitness and into business and my studying if I was still in those past relationships that I was in. There was no way. I just
100%.
couldn't have done it. They took up a lot of my time and didn't really want the best for me anyway.
So you're going to want to be with a gym girl that lives a lifestyle with you, or does it matter for you?
Yeah, that's $1 million question. What kind of girl do I see myself with?
Yeah.
Definitely would be a gym girl.
Yep.
Definitely doesn't have to be stepping on stage or anything, but an active girl that sort of understands if a girl meal prep for me or something, that would be unreal. I think that's every guy's dream.
My girlfriend, I met her at the gym.
There you go.
And I was MGTOW. Do you know what MGTOW is? MGTOW is men go their own way. I was like anti-women. I'm like, fuck women. I'm just going to be an alpha, shredded, sick cunt. I'm going to travel the world, just fucking do what I want, focus on business, and I won't worry about chicks because half people get divorced and you lose half of it anyway. So I'm like, I'll just skip the whole process.
Yeah.
But then I wasn't looking for it, and I met this girl at the gym like 11 p.m. She was doing cardio. It was like a Saturday night. I'm thinking, oh, wow, that's dedication. She should be like out partying. Started talking, and then we started dating 3 months later. I'm still with her. We've been together for over 2 years. She lives it as much as I do. She loves it. So we actually spent a lot of time talking about how we're going to make better meals that taste good, or how we're going to. She'll bring over
the cookies.
She makes those cookies, or Ninja Creamies. We actually spend so much time talking about that and training. It's a big part of our lives that it keeps us really close. Do you know what I mean? I think if you can find someone who lives that lifestyle, I couldn't be with a chick that doesn't go to the gym. Yeah. Or just wouldn't eat the type of food. It would just be too difficult. Yeah. So I think that's what you need, bro. Yeah. It'll make your life, and you'll find one easily. Yeah. It's definitely not something that I'm putting much energy into at the moment, but it'll happen just organically. Yeah. I think just more seeing girls that I think that have potential to date. That's what I'm more steering towards. But you know, it's going to be hard for you when you do get a girlfriend. You should be very insecure when you keep coaching these chicks. You got to say it at the start. I coach chicks on stage. Yeah. You're going to have to deal with it. Yeah. And they'll be like, yeah, that's fine for a couple months. Yeah. But they're all the same, bro. Yeah. As long as they understand the sport, you know what I mean? Women are crazy. Trust me. Yeah. If they, I'd like to think, it'd have to be a girl then that sort of understands the sport, you know? Yeah. Yeah. And even good luck then even. It's going to be difficult. Yeah. But I mean, here's what it is. Just a heads up from I'm 10 years older than you, so trust me, I fucking know. Yeah, there you go, guys. Can I ask you a few more questions? Yeah, go for it. Okay, so Corey, this is you're a great coach, good looking guy, very aesthetic, very dedicated to his coaching, his clients. I see you spend time with your mum, which is really cool too. I love that about you. Yeah, definitely a mama's boy. Yeah. Mum, is your dad around as well? Yeah, he is. Still together? Yeah, but we're all, just us three live together, yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. Now, what do you love about my brand Never Home? Tell me what drew you to that. Yeah, so Never Home, it's one of those things. You know what? Tell me more. There is so many brands out there. There's so many gymwear brands out there. And what's funny is I still get messages from my mates all the time. What gymwear should I buy? I looked on this brand and I can't find anything. Yeah. And as soon as I send them to Never Home, they're like, oh, they're sick. Which, to be fair, everyone's just waiting for Johnny to drop. He's got all these clothes coming out and they haven't dropped yet. Clothes are out. When they drop, everyone's going to be buying. I like that you appreciate the cuts as well. The singlet, I've never worn a singlet like that before. Yeah. The cut one, the blue one. The blue and maroon ones? That's all me. Every millimeter's me, yeah. Because when I sit there measuring them. Yeah, there you go. For months, yeah. When I put that singlet on, I was like, this is sick. I was walking around the house with it. I'm like, look at this singlet. I've never seen anything like it. No one's produced it. I don't think people appreciate that singlet enough. Nah. The cut on that is very beautiful. Yeah. It's insane. Even the stitching on the side and the fabric. It's insane. And as soon as I wore that, it actually made me more motivated to go to the gym, even though I saw you wearing it. I've got a few more left of those blue ones left. Yeah, hit me up. I'll let you know. So I liked him because he believed in the brand and he was supporting me too. I think you're telling your friends to buy because people down your way kept buying my clothes. Yeah. Yeah. I was seeing orders down his way. I'm like, oh, it's one of your mates. And then I look up the name, they're following you. Yeah. So you're very influential, which is good for my brand as well. Yeah. Well, I wasn't even pushing it, to be honest. They genuinely just liked it. So it is very good clothes. And that's what everyone's looking for. A lot of these brands, you get their singlet and you put it on and you're like, oh, it's not really what I expected. So, I'm picky like you. Yeah. Thought I've got to get it right. So I've got, there's a lot of stuff coming in, bro. I've been working years on some of these products. My compression stuff coming in is the best I could make it. Is it the best in the world? I haven't seen everything, but it's very good.
Yep.
The quarter zip up tops, the oversized pump covers,
Yeah,
the
I'm
new
keen for that.
jumpers. You know what I did on my new jumpers? I thought I'm going to say this. Someone told me not to do it, but I thought, you know what? It's my brand. I'll do what I want. I put Bible verses on my new sleeves. The new jumpers I have coming out say John 3:16. It's my favourite Bible verse.
Yeah, right.
You can look it up, John 3:16, and then there's some other little just fancy stitching here that people won't even notice. But I thought everything I've got's from God. And you got to stay humble too. Because have you heard of the story about King Nebuchadnezzar in the Bible?
No.
There's this king. He was the greatest king. He's the greatest emperor, like of Egypt. He built everything. Cut a long story short, gets up one day and goes, "Look what I've created. I'm a god." He lost his mind. He started eating dirt. He became like a pig. God took his mind away from him and humbled him. Then he came back and pretty much had to start again. You got to stay humble because like God will humble you or the world will start hating you too. So don't get too cocky. But I thought, you know what, everything I've got's from God. I'm going to put John 3:16 on my jumpers. If people don't want to wear it, that's okay, I don't care. But at least they can see it, and if they read that verse, they might inspire them to live a bit of a better life. So they're the little things I'm doing with my brand moving forward, which I think is pretty cool.
That's cool. It's way different, you know. You don't actually genuinely don't see a lot of that sort of stuff at all.
I got inspired by that because I saw a burger franchise in America called... not Chick-fil-A. What's another big burger chain in America? It's a massive burger chain. So it's called In-N-Out.
Oh, okay.
So In-N-Out put Bible verses. Yeah, I thought this is what actually inspired me. So I'll have to send this photo to you, but that's John 3:16 on the inside of their cups.
Yeah, right.
And the In-N-Out's a big... I'm like, fuck, you know what? They're doing it. No reason why I can't do it. That's really cool. So I put a lot of effort into these clothes, like probably too much, but I wanted it to be quality. And I was inspired by Lululemon when I went to see their quality of their clothes. Insane.
Yeah.
They make the best quality and the best service I've ever had. I wanted it to be on that level.
And we always say that. We say you're bringing in clothes and then they're not getting released for months, and it's because you're sending them back and forth, aren't you, to get things changed and the lengths changed, colours changed, whatever it is, and you're constantly assessing and making sure that everything's spot on before it's released. And
it's cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars, but if I'm not putting good stuff out, I give you an example. I made these pump covers. I made 2 versions. The second version, I changed the fabric. But I stuffed up. I didn't realise that if you put them through the dryer, they're going to shrink 10%. So people call me going, hey, my pump cover's shrunken a bit. So I redesigned the whole thing, made them more oversized. I brought one here, it's in the car, and I made the fabric, the cotton slightly different so it doesn't shrink. But now I've got to wear it once, wash it, dry it, wear it again, wash it again to make sure. So it takes a couple more weeks. Yeah. But I put a lot of effort into it.
No, you do. Yeah, the quality's unbelievable.
But you love the clothes, which is good. Your branding is going well. What about someone who's wanting to get into fitness, Corey? What would you say to them what about someone who's a bit overweight? They train, they go to the gym 3 days a week, they eat 80% good, but they're still not happy with their physique.
Yeah.
And they're going, they watch all the Samsung looks on YouTube, they watch your Instagram.
Yeah.
Is it unattainable? Can you get them there? What would you say to them? Do you go get a coach?
So how is this someone that's like fairly overweight? Are we talking?
No, this is just your normal person.
Regular person. And this is sort of the common person that does come to me is someone that they're training here and there. They're training 3 days a week, something like that.
Yeah.
Which sort of actually, if I take it back a step, I take it back to where I started. That's where I was when I was sort of during COVID, say, or just before COVID. I've always trained. So I was training 3 days a week. Sometimes I'd rock up 7 days a week. Sometimes I wouldn't rock up at all. And I'd bring chicken and rice to school and things like that. I was eating chicken and rice. Nothing was weighed though. And this is the biggest thing. I've never actually seen someone attain anything crazy in a short amount of time without a coach unless you already have the knowledge yourself. So what I would say to that person is just invest in a coach. I'm not saying to sign up with me. I'm just saying try it for 8 weeks. I dare you. and I dare you to follow, if they're a good coach, obviously, and definitely get a coach that's giving you meal plans. Don't just get macros off them. But yeah, when you get that coach, like it'd be funny just to dare someone to follow every single meal, hit every single training session just for 8 weeks. Because once you see it and you see the results, you can't unsee it. So yeah.
That's important. So I got a coach when I was 20, but I think I started having a PT when I was about 18.
Yeah, that's
how
young.
obsessed I was.
That's young.
Christian Woodford was my first PT. So now I'm 35. It's been, how many years is that? A lot of years.
That's a lot of years.
17 years
Is
or
that?
so.
Yeah.
I've always invested and learnt, and I'm happy where I'm at now. I think I've reached the pinnacle. Like, I'm really happy, but it took me a fucking lot of fuck-ups.
Yeah. You never regret investing in yourself, in your health too. You never, because the craziest thing is that goes into other areas of your life. If your health is on point, your relationships are going to be better with people. You might get that girl that you've always wanted. You might work better.
Girls, you might get that boy. Many fat chicks that could be hot if they're in shape.
And guys too. You see it all the time.
Sorry, guys.
There'll be some guy. He's nearly 7 foot. He's tall. He's got a decent face, and you're like, thank God he's out of shape.
Yeah,
because he'd steal my girl.
Exactly right. I see it all the time too.
Yeah.
And there's so many cute girls, like really cute girls, just a bit, they're in the 80 kilo, 90 kilo range or whatever, and they're short. Like, there's so much potential there if they just, so believe in yourself. Having a good body actually makes you very attractive.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you just go get a nose job.
Yeah, there you go.
I've had a nose job.
Yeah.
I've had my nose done. I had a gyno surgery too. I've had braces as well.
Yeah, I've had the gyno.
I'll get a facelift probably in the next 10 years.
Really?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it all. Why not? May as well look good.
Yeah.
No shame in that.
No, the gyno surgery was good. That was a good one.
Yours as well?
Yeah, I had to get that done. Do you want
to explain to people what that is?
Yeah, the gyno surgery. So
I'll show my mates. It just got cut out. Check this out.
Yeah, it's very common. I kind of always had gyno, to be honest. Looking back at photos, I had gyno ever since I was...
Did you sit there and play with it? Just go,
yeah, when I was like
juicy.
15, I reckon I started getting gyno, so I've had it for a long time. But it was one of the best things that I did. So, yeah. Speaking back to that...
I'll find this picture of gyno.
Sort of just talking about from... Yeah, where people starting from the start is... If I could go back in time, I would have started at a much younger age, because when I was, say, 16 years old, when I really think back to my journey, where it really started was when I was 16. So yes, I was training hard, but I almost kind of started to go down not a terrible route, but a kind of a pretty bad route that most people go down. So I actually don't know if you know this, but my dad has MND. He's got Friedreich's ataxia. So everyone kind of knows what MND is. It's do you know the blue beanies that everyone sort of wears, the freeze? Never heard of it? Motor neurons disease?
Oh, motor neuron disease. Yeah, my neighbour died of it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Very, very debilitating.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the worst diseases out there.
Yeah, so your dad actually has that?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. It's called Friedreich's ataxia. It's actually rarer and probably worse.
So he's struggling to move?
Yeah, struggle to move. It takes away your speech. It takes away your ability to walk. It takes away pretty much everything.
Oh my God, sorry to hear. Far out.
Yeah, so that's a bit of a slow burner. That started probably from when I was 16. So that I look back at these things that I sort of went through. So when 16, finding out that dad has MND, then sort of just drinking a lot, then 18, going out clubbing, then my best mate dying just before COVID. Then COVID was terrible for everyone. So then going into COVID in a relationship that I probably shouldn't have been in, but I was in it. And then that coming to an end at the back end of COVID, I was like, I need to sort this out. Like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? I need to sort my shit out. And that's what I did. I sorted everything from nutrition to training. And I'm like, if I stick to this, I'm investing in a coach, and if I'm going to follow every single thing that he gives me for years, like, that's why I'm going to fucking compete. I told people I was going to compete, and I was like scrawny as. I'm like, I'm going to compete. And I did.
You should put up your photos. I don't know if when you were It's scrawnier too. You remind me of me when I was getting into it.
Yeah. I was tiny, and it wasn't that long ago. I mean, how long ago was COVID? So that was 2 years ago or something. But that moment changed everything. It come out of COVID, sort of, I guess, come out of a relationship at the same time as COVID, and just took everything in control, which is why I always talk about that. Control what you can control, because that's what I decided. I'm like, I don't have much of an appetite right now, but that's why I don't care. I'm going to eat this chicken and rice that's easy to meal prep, which you don't have to eat like that. You can eat good meals, but I just decided this is easy to meal prep. I'm going to eat this every single day until I look the way that I want to look. And I did that, and I feel better than ever. So anyone that's sort of going through stuff, I would definitely say the route that I took was investing in someone, which happened to be a fitness coach, and just following everything to a T to dig yourself out of that hole, and that'll help you in every aspect of your life. So yeah,
beautifully said.
Thank you very much.
That's actually turned me on a bit. And the good thing about a coach is, see, I've got I've had many coaches, so I've got many mentors.
Yeah.
I've got a mentor in my real estate.
And I consider you a mentor to me, by the way.
I consider you my adopted son. So I've got a mentor who is a developer, and he's been mentoring me for about 8 years. But he's very wise, and he tells me, like, remember I told you about my car before? I said, I don't own a car still, right?
Yeah, tell them about that. That was actually a really good lesson. He's very, very smart. The stuff that he tells me, I actually always write it down. It's in my notepad at home. I write down the stuff this guy tells me all the time. He's very smart, so yeah.
Well, too many guys will try to look good and rich, and I see a guy driving a car, I'm like, wait a second, okay, what do they do? Okay, they probably make 80 grand a year, 100 grand a year. Car repayments, then this, okay, this guy's broke. Guarantee it. I just do the maths in my head. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Someone's driving an AMG.
Yeah.
I got mates that owe me some money now. Hooked him up. Paid some drug debts off for him. 3.5K. Another K here. Covered their ticks. Drives AMGs. Blah 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 blah. Haven't paid me back in 4 months.
Yeah.
Just spotted them. It doesn't. I don't care if they see this because I'm not going to mention them.
Yeah.
The cars. See, when you got the cars, they depreciate. Okay. Yeah. But you want to feel like you want to impress people, because I've been there when I was younger. I spent 90 grand at an M3 in 92 and I was 25. But I was living at home still,
Yes, you can get away with it a little bit.
Yeah, but I was fucking stupid. And I had a mentor at the time that said to me, don't buy this, we'll get a few properties.
You had a mentor how old were you then?
I was 24.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that come about? How did you get your first mentor?
I just asked for him, yeah.
Really?
One of my mentors, a guy called Nick Stewart. Look him up. He's like the best life coach in the world.
There you go.
NBA player, yeah. He's
and you were paying him, or he just wanted to help you?
No, he charges people like $2 grand for an hour, but I asked him as a kid and he goes, I'll help you. Yeah.
That's very interesting. There you go. People
like to help. You should look this guy up. But with the cars, if all the young guys watching this now, I see a lot of young guys driving AMGs, you're all fucking broke. Unless you're pushing coke or you're doing something well, that is the worst money you can spend. And if you attract a girl that wants you for the car, it's the wrong girl anyway.
Yeah.
Girl should be like, fuck, this guy's actually driving a humble car because he's working on his future. I lost a lot of money in cars younger because I wanted to impress people. I could actually say, I wanted to look good. Now I don't even own a car. I just drive Dad's spare Camry. But that money that other people would spend, like let's say spend $1,400 a month on a lease, I can put that back now in more stock, pay influencers like you on business that's going to generate me more income. So I'll mark my words. You watch this in 10 years, I'll be a billionaire. I have no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, and we can see that in Never Home.
It has to. Well, my business partner already is a billionaire.
Yeah.
I'm halfway aside in the business. I'm surrounding myself with a lot of rich people and I'm learning from them. And I say to myself, fuck, actually, I'm wiser than some of them in some of these things and I'm learning so quickly. But you got to be humble as fuck and just drop the ego. The ego is the enemy.
Yeah.
I had to learn that big time quick.
So that's for girls too. Girls, don't go for the guy with the AMG. Go for the guy that's working on his future.
Yeah. You want someone who's going to be able to set you up for the long term.
Yeah.
The AMG now is going to cost you money in the long term. Get it when you can buy cash.
Yeah.
And it's just like 5% of your income. You know what I mean? That's the best advice, especially guys your age.
Yeah.
You can get really far ahead. but you have to drive the shit for a while, you know.
Yeah.
Unless you can make a lot of money really, really quickly and then write it off as a tax deduction or something like that. But I actually like driving my Camry now. It's really cool. I rock up to an auction. I'm driving my beautiful Camry. It's nice and clean. It's very reliable, never an issue, cheap to run, 4 cylinders. You've been in it how many times, right? I love the Camry, bro. And that Camry's a part of my identity now. My partner gives me his G-Wagon, puts an Everhome plates on it. I drive that, it's free.
Yeah, done.
I've got a G-Wagon anytime I want. It's blacked out, it doesn't cost me anything. But I have to strategize it. Got Rolls Royces and these other things. But I don't pay for those things now because I sold him half my business. So you got to think outside the box, be a little bit smarter, and drop the ego.
Yeah.
You don't have an ego. You're so humble.
Nah, that's a good lesson.
You're very humble.
Yeah.
That's why you deserve, and you're going to go a lot further.
No, it's really good advice. That it is good advice.
I'm telling you, bro. Don't waste your money on a. I'll just laugh at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're a fucking loser.
Yeah. No, yeah.
You're just a loser. And you don't have to go buy fancy dinners and flex. You know, there's people that owe me money, all right? And they look like they've got money. They're usually the loudest ones that don't have money.
There you go.
The loud ones are the ones that don't usually have. That's what I found anyway. The big mouths, the wearing the designer shit. They're the brokies, bro. I'm telling you.
They all invested in the Louis Vuitton store.
Yeah, that stuff's invested in Everhome. At least you get some good quality at a reasonable price.
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it does come down to that, you know. I do think there's something to be said about dressing nice and things like that, nice suit or something. But
absolutely,
at the end of the day, it's, yeah.
That's the guy. I know my mate just got cut out, guys.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that is breast tissue from an over, I would say it's the estrogen that's being testosterone converting to estrogen, and it's turning it into breast tissue, which gives you bitch tits. Yeah. That's from too much. You can naturally have that under your nipple. I've had mine cut out, so they cut the nipple open and they surgically remove it. Best thing I did, because there's a stage where I had to, if I go clubbing, I tape my nipple down. I put sticky tape on it.
Oh, really? That bad?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but like I was a bit insecure, so I tape it down, have nipples on my tape just to keep it flat. Then I could wear a nice tight top. Yeah. And you wouldn't see little bitch tits.
What happens if you take a girl home to cuddle?
I was with my parents then, so I was like, I wouldn't take girls home. I just go out, like, have a dance and go home.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't think I ever really did that.
Yeah, you'd have to go to the bathroom first or something, take the tape off.
Oh, I never got to that anyway. But I remember taping them up, and I think I would have had a girlfriend most of those times anyway. Yeah. But I was really embarrassed about it. Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to cut these fuckers out. I'd envision just cutting them out. I found a good surgeon.
No, you are right though. Yeah, it is one of those things. And if any guy is struggling with gyno surgery, I would not hesitate to go and get the surgery. Seriously, it cost me like $2,000 and the recovery was like 8 weeks.
It's easy, yeah.
And it was so easy. A lot of people seem to get embarrassed about that stuff, and they're real secretive about it.
Nah,
it's like, just do it. Just do it.
Get your gyno surgery cut out. It'll make you feel a lot better. It's very normal. It's completely fine.
It's
normal. Only cosmetic. But it will definitely make you feel better. And I'm telling you, I've done it. Everyone I know has done it.
Everyone I know has done it as well. I know I could name 5 people that have, off the top of my head.
Hair transplant if you want. Do whatever you want. Don't be shy about it.
Do whatever you want.
Do you want to finish with anything else? I think it's been.
Was there anything else on there? I wouldn't mind.
Comp prep blues. How you overcome the comp prep blues.
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah, that's the last one.
The post-comp depression. So, I'm not depressed, by the way. But yeah, post-competition. So you look at it like this. I spent the last 20 weeks focusing on getting as shredded as I possibly can. I want to step on stage. I want to be shredded. I want to look like this. This is my mind state for 20 weeks, maybe even longer. You come out of that phase and it's like, all right, set new goals. That's right. The goalposts just changed. You've got new goals. Start bulking. All right, well, no, hang on. I need to go into a maintenance phase first. So you sit here and I'm still hungry. I'm hungry right now. But I've got to eat at maintenance calories. So it's one of those things where it's like, now what? So a lot of people find themselves lost. So it's sort of one of those things now where I'm aiming to just look after my health, actually build better relationships with my parents, maybe with girls too. That's actually one of my goals. I need to start talking to girls again. I haven't messaged a girl in like 20 weeks because I've been so...
You're a lucky man.
So dialed in towards my goals.
He's a lucky man.
I mean, that's a lot. I might have messaged a couple of girls. Probably some girls going, he messaged me. But yeah, I messaged a couple of girls. But realistically, all I've been focusing on is this comp. So I guess,
He's trying to be smart, sir.
Yeah.
There's like 40 chicks. He only messages me.
I messaged one girl. That was it. They can work out who that was. I messaged one girl in the last 20 weeks.
Yeah.
One girl.
So how'd you get over? So you got a reverse diet out of this comp prep. You've done your comp.
Yep.
Do you feel a bit shit not being as lean? A bit insecure? Or are you all right with it?
No, I'm all right with it.
Yeah.
I've actually been all right with it. And because I compare it to the last time.
Yeah.
Last time, and don't do this if you compete, well, the last time I came out of my comp prep, I booked, and it's a common thing that people seem to do, I booked Hawaii a week after my comp. Forget about it.
Did you get fat?
So I went to Hawaii, then had 2 weeks in between. Then I went to Bali, drank like a fish, and then I got my gyno surgery. Then I had to recover after that.
But you live and learn, bro. You got to live and learn.
And I learned from that big time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still lean now. Like, I'm still looking fairly dry.
You look fantastic, okay? Yeah. Like, we're all looking at your body thinking you're an Adonis, so don't stress.
So, this has been a lot better. I've taken a lot more serious, staying away from things. I've had a few cookies. Cookies are my weakness. So, yeah, I'm a big cookie fan. But, yeah, that's already...
Yeah, I was going to say something rude, but I won't. That's good.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much covers it, bro. That was heaps of fun.
Yeah, no, that was
covered
gross.
a lot of things.
Yeah. That was a good chat.
Let's do it. I think you should get some of your clients on.
Yeah, I
if
think
you want to
do
do a podcast with, maybe do one with Jarvis as well.
Yeah, I definitely will do
I'll come on
Jarvis.
anytime. I got so much wisdom and stories I could tell you.
Yeah,
I've done some stupid shit in my past.
Well, we'll do that then. We'll get it. The next one, I'm going to be asking these guys.
I don't even want to go into it because it's just take too much away from this. That was great.
Let's do that.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, brother.
And quickly, let's give the boys a shout out here. Central House, Justin, Tommy, and Levi. They've been great.
Insane studio. It's crazy.
It's so good here. They can shoot it late. So right now it's 8:11 at night. Okay. They came and looked after us after hours too. So it's really convenient because if you are working, you had a big day and you just want to talk some shit and make content, this is where it's at. So I really want you to hear Justin and Tom. I don't think you'd be here. I just feel special to be in your presence. Yeah. But the guys are good. You want to work with fucking good people.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I mean? We're friends now, all of us. You guys came and supported I had him as staff at the Expo.
Yeah, I could go on a tangent there. But yeah, it's important to be surrounded by good people. Surround yourself with good people.
Yeah.
If you have shitty friends or you're in a shitty relationship, rip the Band-Aid off and get out of it. Surround yourself with some great people, that has been the biggest thing for me in 2024. I've been surrounded by great people like Johnny. He's absolutely amazing, and a lot of new friends that I'm hanging out with now. And
you're making them better too because your mindset's shifting.
That's what I hope, yeah.
You're a gun. All right, bro. Let's
Legend, brother. Much love.
Let's go have a steak on you.
Done.
Thanks, guys.